Okay, my love, we have to talk about the full moon lunar eclipse happening in Virgo, March the 13th. Well, what this is all about is that when we have a total lunar eclipse, intense energy. So it's not just like a full moon, it's kind of like a full moon on steroids and times three. And what that means for you is that lunar eclipses carry a very potent energy to either eclipse something in or eclipse something out or someone in or someone out, okay? So we have to talk about the ways that this affects you, which I will discuss in this video, the 5 ways that you need to know, understand the energies, also how to let go, okay, release, and how to navigate this energy and what it means for your manifestation. So let's get into it, all right? For those of you who are new here, my name is Tina Wong. I'm your spiritual guide, and I'm here to share with you the information on how you can align your life to your truest and highest version of self, serve humanity, be happy, live in abundance, all the good things. So if you like it, like the vibe, like the video, and subscribe to our channel because we post here every day, so it seems. Okay, let's get into it. The first way, the first thing on how you're going to be affected during this Virgo full moon lunar eclipse. So the first thing you need to know is that this is a total lunar eclipse. So we're having the perfect alignment, okay? We have like the sun, we have the moon, we have the earth in this alignment. And what that means for you is that it creates a portal. Lunar eclipses happens on a full moon. So a full moon also represents culmination. I am always struggling with that word. It's things coming together, harvesting, manifestation, receiving, also releasing. So these are the energies that we're working with. And the sign Virgo, the Virgin, okay, is the sign of the healer. It's the sign that rules analytical thinking, perfectionism and habits, okay, and practicality. Also some, aesthetic arts and stuff like that as well. So these are the themes that Virgo rules. So whenever we're having this energy of Virgo and the full moon total lunar eclipse, what that does is it intensifies this full moon energy, making you really contemplate on which parts of you, okay, which part of the characteristics of Virgo that is sticking out to you, that is calling you to focus. For everybody, it's different, okay, because everyone is on their own journey. So let me know down below what comes up for you, whether it's something about you releasing criticism, releasing not trusting, right? Sometimes we overthink and overanalyze. It's because we don't trust. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let me read into this situation. Let me read into this person. Let me know their intention. It's like we don't fully trust. We don't feel safe to just like, okay, I trust you, right? Or you can be talking about your creativity and the things that you want to do, because Virgo is also very, it has a very cool, how do you say, inner world, it's like very creative individual, very artistic, very expressive, but you cannot really tell sometimes because Virgo kind of bring that practical and analytical front, okay? But if you see a Virgo person, they're usually very put together, their clothes are very nice. So if you're a Virgo, shout out to you, let me know down below if you have any Virgo in your chart, knowing that sometimes these are the things that can be coming up. So are you too far on the Virgo end where you're just thinking analytical and practical, or are you actually allowing your creativity, your spontaneity, your sense of adventure to come through? Okay, so that's the first thing, understanding the energy of Virgo. Second, the second way that this moon affects you, this eclipse affects you, is that you have to be aware of any healing that is bringing forth. Virgo the Virgin, the healer. This is a sign of you have natural, intuitive healing ability within you, whether you are Virgo or not. Okay, but if you are Virgo and you have Virgo in your chart in the prominent areas, it is a sign that you're meant to heal. You're meant to be a healer. Like I'm a double Virgo, so a lot of the work that I do, all of the work that I do. It's about healing and helping people heal their trauma, their wounds, and their insecurities and stuff like that. So just kind of notice where Virgo falls in your chart, and it kind of brings up this healer energy. So I want you to ask yourself around this time, what is the healing that I am called to do right now? Okay, just ask yourself that. What is the healing that wants to come to me, that is bringing to my attention right now? Some of you guys, it can be healing relationship, right? Some of you guys can be healing, this is really important, which I'm going to get into point number 3 or 4, is healing certain traumas that is impeding on your sense of perfection. Okay, because Virgo is all about the perfectionist. So sometimes we have to understand that we're not born to just be perfectionists, because maybe we've been criticized, or maybe we feel like we don't feel good enough for maybe our parents or our caretaker or in our society or whatever growing up. So that's why now we have to like tiptoe and make sure everything is perfect, so that we avoid looking at these whatever backlash that could mean. So this is something that I want you to be really honest with yourself. It can bring up a lot of emotions. I know for myself, a lot of the healing around relationship that has been coming up for me, parental healing that has coming up for me, abuses and traumatic, stuff that happened, it's been coming up for me. And this is something that when I go into it, I have to be really anchored in this space and holding space for myself. Because what happens is that when you're going and looking at all these like yucky shadow things, which you don't want to look at, what it does is that it either makes you become victim. Oh my God, he did this to me. I can't believe she did that. What an a-hole. I don't deserve this. Right? You get into this victim mindset and you get emotional, but that is going nowhere. And then on the other hand, you can feel very empowered to like, well, that happened to me, but that doesn't have to define me. Okay, and that's kind of where I help you kind of mend the story and create a new story, because we are in control of the narrative. Okay, what happened is that we're humans. We store trauma in our body, in our energies, right? What happens is that when we are not conscious and we are not aware and we're not willing, we don't feel empowered, we don't feel safe to look at them, it can bring up, it's like re-traumatizing. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to suggest for you is, depending on what you are healing from, you can either go at it on your own and look at it with a deep sense of love and intention. This is important. So a deep sense of intention to move past it, a deep sense of intention that you're going to infuse power into this. You bring it up not for fun, but to get over it, meaning that to heal, to release, to forgive. Okay, and if you feel like this is too much, I can't handle it, work with somebody. Okay, work with a coach, a healer, a therapist, your acupuncturist. You can join my Divine Feminine Activation membership. We have live Q&A and we have a community in there. I have a bunch of courses for you, so link is down below for that. Just be in a space where you feel safe. Okay, whatever that means for you. Number 3. The number 3 thing that I want you to tap into is the perfectionist, the analytical side of Virgo. Sometimes it looks at as a negative trait. And sometimes, let's be real, like it is, right? Because we're just in our head. But I'm here to tell you that what it represents is not negative. You can use it for positive things, like looking and analyzing your patterns, right? Your patterns in your life, your patterns in your relationship, your patterns in the way that you interact with people, the way that you deal with money, the way that you deal with relationship, friendship, whatever, okay? Because when something that keeps on happening and happening and happening, whether you're attracting toxic people, you're attracting not really good friends, you're attracting unfortunate events, you're attracting accidents. One of my private clients that I worked with, he attracted repeated car accidents, okay, until we got to the bottom of why he kept on attracting them. Okay, and that's when it stopped, because the thing is, the universe will bring you, okay, the lesson and the pattern and the thing and the toxic man, the toxic woman, and the toxic friend, and the zero account, $0 in your bank account, whatever. It's gonna bring up all these unfortunate events or triggers or whatever until we learn the lesson. So during this lunar eclipse in Virgo, which has huge, tremendous healing potential, I want you to focus on seeing the pattern, right? I want you to ask yourself, okay, if you're manifesting love right now, I have a couple videos on my channel. Make sure you watch it, because we're also in Venus retrograde. So it's a really good time to look at these relationship love patterns, also money, okay? So a bunch of those videos on my YouTube. So look at how you've been with love and how you've been with money, okay? Because that's kind of the energy that Venus rules. So look at, maybe you keep on attracting a certain type of person. Maybe you're always avoidant, when things get close and you're like, okay, I need to break up now. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, you have to be able to see the pattern, because that's the number one thing to get healed. You need to admit that you are the problem, but you have a certain problem that you like to have a solution to, okay? So that's the step number one. Same with money and pattern and success and career. The reason why you're not where you are yet is because there's certain patterns that keeps on playing in the background, a certain type of thinking, a certain negativity, a certain limiting belief, a certain mindset. So I want you to identify, okay, what they are. Write down. Okay, when I work with my clients, I always say nothing is more clear than putting pen to paper. Just do it. Okay, maybe you're like, I'm not the type to journal. Just write down. Okay, because when you write down, it's there, you're looking at it, and then more things can come, and subconscious can work itself, and you're gonna get a lot of clarity, and you can always go back. Okay, sometimes when you're just thinking, you're like, what do I think about again? And then you started thinking about what's on TikTok, you start thinking about someone's cat, you start thinking about your laundry or something. We get distracted. Okay, so write down, stay focused, journal it out. Okay, so the next thing that I want you to focus on, I think we're at point number 4. Point number 4 on how this lunar eclipse really affects you is that it will reveal, okay, a hidden something, a hidden pattern, a hidden message, a hidden surprise. Okay, so the thing with eclipse, okay, is about eclipsing in and eclipsing out. Okay, so sometimes it can bring up a lot of unexpected revelations. Just think about the full moon, okay? The full moon is always kind of like you're shining a spotlight. That's how I look at it, right? Full moon, spotlight. So a spotlight on something that you are afraid to look at. So now the universe like, look at it. Look at it, honey. Okay? And sometimes it can also reveal to you the things that you are maybe ready to look at, or maybe the universe decides that you are ready to look at it, So for example, maybe there's certain things that it's just eating away in your life, and you're just like kind of pushing it to a side unconsciously, subconsciously, whatever. And then now during this time, notice what comes up. Maybe you notice that, oh my gosh, actually I am kind of insecure about this thing in my life, and that's why I have this pattern, right? And sometimes you don't think about it. You thought you were a confident person. You thought there's nothing wrong. And then you were like, well, then why do I act like that in public? Why do I shy away? Why do I avoid eye contact, right? And then you're going to start to realize that, wow, this thing is actually linked to that. And I can't believe that it's because of this unresolved, this childhood trauma, and this thing that my mom said to me when I was 5, and I believed that I was not worthy of love, and I carry this, so all of that. So notice what kind of story that comes up, okay? First of all, I want to say that I have so much love and compassion for whatever it is that's coming up for you. I know healing is not always easy, but I'm here to tell you that it's worth it. I wouldn't be here where I am. I wouldn't be making this video. I wouldn't be helping thousands of people all over the world heal their traumas and becoming the best version of self if I haven't done the work myself. I haven't started on my healing journey. It was cruel. Okay, it was cruel. It was just not pretty. And the healing process, it keeps on going. When you're ready to see something, it comes up. So right now, I'm at a place in my life where I feel really good. But during these potent time, things that I thought that wouldn't affect me anymore comes up, right? And usually it comes up in kind of like a trigger. Someone triggers something out of you. You meet someone, and sometimes you can call them your soulmate. But the idea of the soulmate is that they're meant to bring up accelerated healing. Okay, and bring up the shadows for you to heal and become the best version of you. I also made a how do you know that someone is your soulmate, the number one sign. Check on my YouTube, because it's going to help you really understand your relationship with people and how people are gigantic mirrors, just like the universe is a gigantic mirror, your outer world is a gigantic mirror, mirroring back to you the parts of you that needs healing, that needs releasing, that needs embodying, that needs a freaking hug. Okay? And sometimes when you're going at this on your own, it can feel really hard and it feels really lonely. So I don't want you to just feel like you have no one to talk to. If you can get yourself in a community, get yourself a community. Okay? If you feel called to be in my community, the Divine Feminine Activation membership, like I said, link is down below. You get 12 months with me. It is super low cost. It just and the reason why I make it this way, by the way, is because I believe that everyone should have access to the things that matters to them and that help them to heal that in the community, and having a guide to help them do that for a long time. And why it is paid and not free is because you need to see the value in it. You need to see the value in healing yourself, investing in yourself. You need to see the value in the things that I'm offering to you. And so that's the reason why I created that. So I would love for you to check it out, see if it's something for you. We have a whole community to welcome you in. So the fifth thing that I want you to tap into and really understand that this lunar eclipse in Virgo is a huge thing for is what I was alluding to before, which is the sense of purity. Virgo, the virgin, okay? This can be a very sensitive thing. Perfectionistic, and also anything that makes you feel impure, imperfect, dirty, wrong, guilty, shameful, gross. Especially some of you guys may have gone through certain sexual trauma, okay? Some of you guys have gone through some kind of emotional abuse, physical abuse, stuff like that. It brings a lot of shame. And it's hard to talk to people. It's hard to even look at yourself. So a lot of us, we carry such a heavy burden in our heart, in our body, in our spirit. And the way I help my clients go through this is to just reminding yourself that you are always able to anchor yourself in God. And substitute the word God for universe, your higher self, the divine, whatever source. But there is this pure light, okay, that you can always fall back in. And that is the light, and that is the source, that is the purity, that is the highest love, that is the divine love that radiates in this world, that is ever loving and ever healing, and is here to help you, reminding you that you are the light. And I know that it can be really difficult to bring up certain sensitive events and traumas that have happened. And the thing is, the body remembers, and the heart always tries to protect you, so it hides. So sometimes memories can come up. So that's why I want to warn you, during this time, it can come up. It can feel very overwhelming. Okay. So what I want you to do is to allow yourself, take a deep breath, and allowing yourself to look at some things when you're ready. And not to look at it for fun. How I help my clients go through this is that you always need a purpose. You always need a bigger purpose. Like for me, because a lot of these things are coming up for me, the things that I've healed 92%. That's what I got. 92, 93%. And I know the last like freaking 7 to 8%, this is the time where I'm going to heal it. And I've been not really focusing on this, living my, entire life. Not even entire life, more like recent life, because this healing came to me in the past 7 years. So, and I know because this is the time in my life where I am ready to find my partner and be with the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life. And because of that, I know I needed to look at these deep, deep childhood wounds that prevents me from having this love in my life, that kind of pushes the people away. Because I notice, right, whenever I get really close to somebody, there is this sense of panic that comes up. And that sense of panic, for me, it came up from being rejected in love by my own parents, being abandoned, being abused, being pushed away when I went in for a hug, when I wanted to be loved and I was pushed away. So now whenever someone comes to me and wanted to embrace me and hug me, there's still that sense that it's like, okay, this hug is a bit long, or okay, this is too close, please don't touch me. So that is something that I thought for the longest time, not just who I am, I don't like to be touched, but actually it comes from a deeper wound than that. But you see, I have to be able to hold myself, and I have to be able to look at it. And because my motivation to look at something that's so hard and so painful in my heart is because that I'm ready to be a partner, a good partner for someone, right? And if I don't have that motivator, I'll be like, oh, you know what? I'm happy with my 93% healed. And maybe I'll look at it whenever I'll look at it, But because I'm ready now to be in that relationship now, that's why it's kind of urgent in a sense, energetically, that I need to look at these wounds. Okay, so what it means for you is being open to see that where in your life that makes you feel unlovable, where in your life that makes you feel impure, where in your life that makes you feel imperfect, where in your life that brings up a lot of shame. Okay, and these are the conversations that I want to have with you in private, in a safe setting. So that's why I created my Divine Feminine Activation membership. And I'm committed as much as if you are committed. And I show up multiple times live a month. And also I have a bunch of courses and my entire library of programs for you to binge and to heal and to all these exercise. So link is down below. I hope you do consider joining, and I hope to be your guide through your healing process. I'm here for you. Let me know what comes up for you down below. This is Tina Wong, and I love you so much.